Hey everybody, are you ready for your new soul mission? Because it began as of March 30th when Neptune went into Aries, the first time since the mid-1800s. Neptune in Aries is a wild combination where our dreams can meet our drive, where vision can come to life in concrete action. Archangel Michael is the perfect helper for Neptune into Aries as he helps us channel our divine will, feel brave, and take inspired action. We're going to dive in with a special oracle deck that is all about Archangel Michael. Pull some tarot and see what you need to know about your soul mission with Neptune in Aries. Keep watching. So welcome to the channel, or welcome back. So awesome to see you here. I hope you're all doing really well out there. One of the hallmarks of Archangel Michael is that he can help us cut through fear, illusion, delusions, and procrastination, all of which can sometimes be the not so favorable attributes of Neptune in general. But Neptune in Aries is giving fuel to the fire of our most special dreams. Here's how you can use the energies in the video, because that's what it's all about. You can watch for your sun sign if you want information on an important goal that you would like to work toward, a goal, a dream, a personal agenda you have. You can watch for your rising sign if you are interested in learning more about your overall well-being, your physical well-being, your energy levels, and maybe how you're showing up in the world. You can watch for your moon sign if you're interested in relationships and home-related topics. That is about as close as we can get to a personal reading here on YouTube. Everything is time-stamped. There's always chapters below as well, and I put the timestamps in the description of the video. If you need personal guidance, if you would like that, you can always book a private reading with me. The link to do that is in the description of the video. All right, let's see what Archangel Michael, with some tarot clarification, has to say about your soul mission with Neptune in Aries. All right, Aries, let's see what you need to know about your soul mission and how Archangel Michael can assist in what you would like to be doing with Neptune in your sign. Let's see. Aries. Aries, what do we got? Oh, you're ready for more. Oh, this is a very Aries card. Look at that beautiful red and pink. You are ready for more. And 40, so number 4 for April. Of course, I realize, yes, some Aries are born in March. Your career is growing and blossoming. Now is the time to make the changes you have been contemplating. Oh, I love that. I love that for you. Okay, so a new soul mission in regards to your career, which makes a lot of sense, actually, because Pluto, good old Pluto, got out of your 10th house of career back in November of 2024. And you went through 16 years of major career ups, downs, changes, etc. So this makes sense that you're ready for the next level, maybe something brand new that you're going to be starting. And you're going to have Archangel Michael helping you with this next leveling up with your career, Aries. All right, let's see what you need to know. Now is the time to make the changes you have been contemplating. All right, let's see. Aries. No reversals. We're just going to see what we got. We got your energy. Queen of freaking Wands. Ooh, and a King of Cups energy. So you're on emotional fire. Like, you are lit up. Your intuition is, this is our, of course, our cups. This is our Neptune energy. It rules Pisces. So your subconscious, I think you're getting a lot of intuitive downloads, or you will be, especially in terms of this career direction that you're going to be contemplating going into next. It's going to be very intuitively aligned for you with this King of Cups. It may be bringing out another layer or level of creativity, intuition, and emotion that maybe is new or fresh to you in some way. You could just be freshly emotionally inspired with this Queen of Wands energy here for whatever this you're ready for more situation is. All right, let's see what else we got. We got the Chariot. Your next level of success is here. 8 of Coins. There's your Virgo. 10 of Swords. All right, we're reading everything holistically, but I mean, you're getting unstuck. The dawn of the new day is here. That's what I'm saying. I mean, you had Pluto in your 10th house. That's what that 10 of Swords is. All right, but that's finished. You're moving away from that rapidly, and your heart's on fire. I mean, this is so good. This is so good. So, especially Cancer season. So it could be, you know, end of June into July, but I would also say any water sign season during Neptune's transit of your sign is likely to be very powerful for you and take you to the next level of ascension with this 7 of the Chariot here, okay? It's the Cancer energy. It's also about the foundation that you are building for yourself with this next level career situation. And we have your Virgo 6th house of work showing up here. I mean, you are focused and determined. And the other thing too is like Archangel Michael is going to help you clear this path. Some of you, maybe there's still a little of this you're going to be dialing into. Maybe claiming for yourself. Yeah, emotionally, you know, where do I really need to tap into my passion? But he could be helping you clear the path and get clarity on that. Or he could also be helping you choose between a couple of different options. He's, you know, helping you open the road. This is road opener energy here, which is beautiful. And then you are getting down to work. This is it. The 8 of Coins. Like, people accuse Aries so much of being flighty. Like, we can't stick to anything and la, 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 and we have no patience. And while that is partially true, when we do know what we want and we are feeling the vibe and we are very aligned, we can focus just as well as anybody else. So that's the thing, because here's the thing too, this 10 of Swords, like, you don't want to go back to any 10 of Swords situation. And what I'm also feeling with this career is a lot of Aries people are taking charge of their career in terms of maybe being self-employed or calling the shots more or starting your own side hustle if you haven't already done so. Like, there's something here, you're taking back power and control. Whereas before, when Neptune was in your 10th house of career, he was the one in control. Pluto was in control, bulldozer of doom going in there, blowing things out left, right, and center. You didn't know if you were coming or going. Now you do. Now you do know. And Archangel Michael's helping with that, helping you know and focus and be crystal clear with Archangel Michael's sword pointing to the clarity that you need, what exactly you need to focus on. So you don't want to go back to this 10 of Swords. No way. No freaking way. And you won't. You won't. That is over. Okay? But as this card says, make the changes you have been contemplating. Now is the time. So this would say to me is now is the time to choose a new path for yourself. I would say by Cancer season and get the show on the road. That's what's happening here. Get the show on the freaking road. Focus, do the work. Again, Aries, no stranger to hard work. But you need that soul purpose. You need to feel that sense of the focus. Otherwise, yeah, your chariot might be drifting all over the road, and you don't want that. So take the time. The next, Mercury's still retrograde. Venus is still retrograde the day I'm filming this, but this reading's for Neptune and Aries. I mean, we're looking at it, for the longer term future also. But I would say with the first entry of Neptune into your sign, it's vital for you to, get that clarity so you can make the most of it. Because you may receive a lot of intuitive downloads of what and where and how to move along with your project and your career next. So you really want to be focused and know where you're going. So, and let's not forget too, Saturn will be going into your sign on May 30th. So you really want to have that discipline and focus. And Saturn rules your 10th house of career also. So you're ready for this, Aries. All right, Taurus, let's see what Archangel Michael is helping you with your soul mission. Taurus, let us see. One, please. Taurus. All right, what do we got here? It's almost over. Number 16, which is interestingly the Tower in tarot, which is connected with Uranus, which has been in your sign for the last almost 7 years. All right, so it's almost over. This might refer to your Uranus in your sign that has been encouraging you to change your life. Your current challenges will soon be resolved, and you will be able to look to the future with a smile. Yes. Okay, beautiful. So if you've had challenges in your soul mission, like you feel like you want to do a certain thing, but it's been one thing after another, that's soon to lift. Archangel Michael can help you with that. He can help you with divine timing. Since this is a timing energy here, it's almost over. You know, Neptune is transiting your 12th house of the behind the scenes and wrapping up karmic chapters. So it can be that he's going to be helping you with that. It's almost over and time to wrap up a karmic chapter that will free you into being able to pursue your soul mission as you see fit. Okay, so let's see. Let's see what we need to know for you, Taurus. Look to the future with a smile, Taurus. Yeah, because things are going to start popping. Things are going to be starting to come in. Wow, there's your energy. Look at this. And there's the angel in your heart. I'm telling you. 2 of coins. And then the 6 of swords. Okay. So I would say, you know, probably Leo, Virgo season. You're going to be fully done with this. All right. And then you're going to be moving on to creating all these exciting things in your life. It may have something to do with your foundation in life, your stability, your home life, your family life, because of this being the Leo, which is your 4th house. That's kind of what I'm feeling here. So you may have had challenges in those areas, but Archangel Michael is here in your heart, and he's going to help you reestablish. He's going to help you with lots more options in building upon a new foundation for yourself, whatever that might be, and however you feel called to do it with your soul mission. Okay, so this is very, very nice. But here you are. I think you may start seeing things turn around in your birthday season with this 8 of Wands. This is the energy all of a sudden shifting very quickly. And in your heart, you're feeling that sense of, wow, I better keep my balance. We have 2 balance cards here, 2 of coins and the Temperance. I better keep my balance because all of a sudden this fast moving energy is coming at me, and things have maybe been stuck for so long, and I've been in the trenches with this situation now. Oh my God, now what do I do? You know? So it can be like that when we've just been like this, and then all of a sudden the energy's picking up. So, but this is divine timing and change for the better. You may still have 1 foot in your old world and 1 foot in the new world. Maybe within the next 2 months. Like I said, you know, I'm filming this April 5th, but this is meant to be a reading that I hope people will refer to in future years. It will live on the channel. Whenever you need encouragement, come back here for your Neptune and Aries transit. But you may have 1 foot in the old world, 1 foot in the new world for the next 2 months, and then things may start really popping. They will be very much popping in Leo to Virgo season in 6 months, and you will see this beautiful energy of mentally releasing all stresses, leaving behind an emotionally very difficult situation with all the water in that card, and knowing where you're going, and knowing where you're going with purpose and intention and mental clarity, because that's also the swords. So it isn't just a matter of time, but it's important that you work through the process. There is probably still some other spiritual growth opportunity that will be coming to you over the next several months. That is the kind of the last little piece that needs to click into place for you to get to your 6 of Swords moment and be ready to receive all this change and move forward with clarity and surety rather than panic and imbalance. So I like this very much for you. And you're showing up in your own reading, which is perfect. This King of Coins, like you're showing up like, yeah, you know, I'm going to be in charge of making these changes, these choices coming my way. I'm going to make sure I stay grounded and not get overwhelmed. And I'm going to work through the energy. I'm going to work through the process and get to the other side of this. So this is beautiful. And you'll be able to look to the future with a smile. You may feel like some of the things you've gone through in the last 6 to 7 years had no rhyme or reason. You're like, why in the heck did that happen? What was the spiritual purpose of that? You may start to see that and understand that more in the next couple of months with this energy in your heart. It may all start to make divine sense to you, Taurus. And I think you'll be glad of that too. That may be the thing that puts the smile on your face. All right, Gemini, let's see what you need to know from Archangel Michael about your soul mission and Neptune into Aries and what Archangel Michael can help you with. Let us see, Gemini. Message from Archangel Michael energies. Ooh, regain your focus. There's your energy, the sword, and there is Archangel Michael's beautiful sword. Number 27, trivial life matters are distracting you from your goals. Archangel Metatron and I are here to help you stay grounded. Okay. All right. Well, that is actually one of the things that Gemini has to deal with because you guys are so multi-passionate, multifaceted, and so curious about so many things that and your mutable energy, you can get distracted. I mean, you can, but it's not a bad thing. It's who you are. You should always work with that energy and not against it. Bake it into your schedule, bake it into your soul mission. Just know that, yeah, you are curious, you may have shiny object syndrome, and allow for that, but don't let it derail you. That's the thing, right? As it's saying here, like, don't let it distract you from your goals. You can use it as playtime. Use your curiosity, I would suggest, and your shiny object syndrome tendency for play. But don't do it when you're trying to get something accomplished. So to try to work that discipline may be helpful for you, is what I would say. Okay, but this is also saying trivial life matters. Now, only you can determine and define what trivial is. I can't define it for you. You know what that is. So what's distracting you from your goals? Okay, you have a big soul mission to fulfill. Big, super big. Okay, over the next several years. I mean, Neptune will be in Aries until like 2023 or 2026. I forget the exact date. It's quite a while. But we have Uranus going into your sign in July of 2025. And Uranus, Pluto, and Neptune are going to make very supportive angles between one another astrologically. And you, along with Aries and Aquarius, are playing a big role in the future of humanity. I mean, not to get super grandiose, but seriously, your three signs are in the spotlight and you have enormous power and potential to take your soul mission into the future. That's what Uranus is. So you don't want to have this distraction. All right, you want to figure out what that is for you. Because Uranus is the planet of genius. And when he goes through your sign, as I said, you'll get a taste of it starting this July. Your genius wants to be developed. Your genius wants to have an outlet. Your genius needs to have time made for it so it can share its gifts with the world. Okay, so let's see. What do we need to know? Regain your focus. Yeah, 4 of Cups. 8 of Coins. Here's the focus card right here. It could be there's something going on at your home life that is not allowing you to have that focus. Or that's what you need to work on, is more focus around the home. And here's more Virgo, your home energy, the Hermit. Here's your Fool, beautiful. And here's your Page of Wands. So what I would suggest, there's something here, especially if you live with someone. Not all of us do. I have a cat. That's enough. Okay. But you need to regain your focus, and perhaps express emotionally, especially if you have roommates or you live with somebody or whatever, that you need a place of sanctuary. This is your Virgo 4th house. This is your Virgo 4th house of home. There could be things around the home that are distracting you. And there are also things you really don't emotionally want to deal with either. So this could be somebody who constantly is, you know, talking in your ear. I mean, you're a big talker as it is, but they could even out-talk you. It could be somebody who's emotionally demanding and you're just kind of like over it. Like, can't they handle it themselves? So what this is saying to me is the universe is going to bring you an opportunity to carve out some sort of schedule, place, sanctuary, time of focus for yourself so that you can feel free and have this new beginning and get started on whatever this is that is your next soul mission and your big goal that you want to get going. You may need to find a place outside the home. You need to find a coffee shop where you can go sit and focus and work on your laptop or write in your journal or whatever. Maybe you do need to have that conversation you don't want to have with somebody. This Page of Wands. I mean, it's a Page of Wands, but you may need to take the action to get out of an emotional funk and say to somebody, I really have these goals. It's important for me to work on them. Maybe you need to leave the house like 3 hours every Saturday. Could be them that they need to get out, but it could be you. You need to also get out. Maybe you need a spiritual retreat. You know, maybe you need a weekend away to get your head clear, get your priorities straight. And maybe you need that on a regular basis, whatever regular means for you. Okay. But the Hermit in your heart is all about that spiritual clarity, listening to your inner wise guides, your spirit guides, etc. And knowing that there is something in your heart that really wants to be shared with this Hermit. You do have a divine spiritual mission that wants to be brought out into the world. There's something within you that wants to be expressed. And you want to express it, but there's something that is acting as a blockage. And as it says in this card, it's trivial life matters. Well, maybe. I think it's something emotional, perhaps with somebody close to you that you're not dealing with. Like I said, carving out some alone time for yourself. That's also the Hermit. Because they're constantly up in your grill. This could be them too. This could be them like, constantly like, Gemini, do this for me. Gemini, do this for me. Like, let's go do this. It's always their emotional agenda. And there you are sitting under the tree. Well, what about me? So it could be something like that also, but it's like they may not know you're feeling that way. You need to put your foot down maybe, or, you know, there's some other thing you need to claim for yourself in order to make this happen. But you're itching to do this. You are, like, it's right here. So that's what I would say to that, Gemini. You know, where there is a will, there is a way, and you can find this time for yourself. You just got to take the initiative and maybe have a tough emotional conversation with somebody. All right, Cancer, let's see what you need to know. Archangel Michael, soul mission for you, Cancer. Of course, Archangel Michael can help with anything. We have Neptune going into your career house. So this may be a time when you're really tapping into your creativity, your intuition, your spiritual yearnings and burnings to make something happen in your career, have greater spiritual alignment with your career. And yes, you are correct, Cancer. Number 38. Yes, you have listened to your inner guidance and made a wise choice. Keep moving forward. Okay, so it is about saying yes to something new that you are feeling fully aligned with. And Sharon, if you're watching this video, this is you jumping for joy. Okay, it's for you. But of course, it's for the other Cancers out there too. But I'm just saying, that was a little special message for Sharon. All right, so Archangel Michael is going to help you listen to your inner guidance and make a wise choice. Because remember, his beautiful sword helps cut through fog and confusion. And he will help you listen more strongly to your intuitive guidance with whatever this is. So you know how it is sometimes we second guess our intuition. You know, like we talk ourselves out of it because that is societal conditioning not to listen to it. So you're gonna throw that societal conditioning in the trash, and you're gonna be like, no, I'm listening to myself. So making the correct decision for you that feels right intuitively, maybe about career, 10th house, but it could be some way that you want to show up in the public with your creativity or with your intuition, because that's also 10th house stuff, or whatever else you're working on, whatever else you're doing. It doesn't have to be necessarily 10th house related, but that is where Neptune is transiting for you. Okay, so let's see what you need to know. Cancer, you are correct. Yes, you are correct. All right, let's see. 8 of Wands. Oh, and a 9 of Coins is very nice. Judgment. Magician. Wow, talk about creativity, creative energy. Wow, and our Virgo. Double Virgo showing up here. 8 and 9 of Coins. That's your 3rd house of your mindset. That is about your writing. Here's your Magician. Your speaking, your teaching, your networking, your sales, your mindset, short little trips and travels that can inspire you. So, wow. So you're correct in right now, as we start out this transit of Neptune in Aries. I'm filming this April 5th. You're really maybe excited about new possibilities stirring within you, or even coming from outward. Like all of a sudden, like things are popping, they're coming in, opportunities. You feel this sense of momentum, like go, go, go. And you are, ready to put that in some sort of concrete form. With the Virgo, which, well, this is your, let me back it up. This is your 2nd house of money and self-worth. This is your 3rd house of communications and mindset, as is this. So what you're really looking for is something to invest your energy into that is valuable. Now, yes, it might be valuable in terms of it might eventually earn money, but it can also be just something that's of value to you because it makes you feel proud of yourself. It's an accomplishment of your personal power, artistry, talents, whatever the case may be, this Magician. Okay, so, but right now there's lots of things popping. This is your 2nd house of money, the Leo. So your self-worth may be like, well, which one fits me correctly? Which one makes me feel like me? Because we also have the Magician here. So which one of all these 8 things coming at me very fast, these ideas, these inspirations, which one is the one that I really want to take to heart, to ground into reality, to focus in on? Thus, we have the Judgment card in your heart, the decision. You may pick 2 things, it's possible, with the Judgment of these 8 that are coming, but I think it's important that they are, feeling like they're empowering you. They're not draining you. You are super excited and enthusiastic about them. Yes, maybe they'll make money at some point. That's not the first consideration. The first consideration, I think, is how much are they opening up my mind and my creativity? How much are they expanding my talents, my mindset? How much am I stepping into my power with these things? So you don't want to take on stuff that's going to be draining your energy or things like that with this 8 of Wands. And then we have the beautiful 8 of Coins, the Virgo, which is the focus. You being at your workbench, so to speak, Cancer, creating what you were born to create with this Magician. This Magician, 8 of Coins. And it's divinely guided. And here's Archangel Michael, too, if you want to look at it that way. In your heart, as it says here, helping you choose. Inner guidance, make wise choices of something that lifts up your spirits, hopefully also your bank account eventually, and doesn't drain your energy because it is spiritually aligned for you. Whenever we're working against our spirit, that's a road to ruin. That's when it all starts going downhill. So you're going to be moving in a very different direction. This may have something to do with your career. of giving up a traditional 9 to 5 and maybe going to work for yourself with this double entrepreneur energy here, where you're finally stepping into something you've been, talented in spiritually, creatively since birth. Can be something like that, or since you were very young. So beautiful, beautiful energies here. But there is discernment. The Virgo needs to be discerning. So think carefully before you just say yes to all these things coming at you. And that includes your own ideas that are coming at you fast and furious. Slow down, tune in. What feels right in your body? That's also this. You have listened to your inner guidance. What feels right for you to take on right now? And continuing with this whole Neptunian transit in Aries. This is not just a reading for right now. Bookmark this, save it, come back to it over the next decade, because this energy is going to be with us for a while. All right, Leos, let's see what you need to know for the Archangel Michael helping you with your soul mission. Neptune is in your 9th house now of expanding your horizons, especially spiritually. 9th house, very much connected with spirituality. So you want to grow into a whole new soul mission. That's 9th house's expansion. Change is coming, Leos. Change is coming. I am here to guide you through this exciting transformation. This is a time of joyous opportunities. Beautiful. So opportunities to start working on your soul mission, soul purpose, etc. Especially, I would say, as regards to 9th house things. Which is, of course, travel, international business, internet businesses, publishing, academia, spirituality, politics, the law, philosophy, all of those things. But I like to just shorthand the 9th house and call it the house of expansion. So your soul mission is to take a new opportunity that will transform you significantly, like a butterfly coming out of the cocoon, and help you expand your world into something brand new that you haven't done before. This is not about repeating or recycling something from the past. This is brand new soul mission that will require a big soul metamorphosis for you. And that's in terms of, if you've been like this, now your soul's going to be like this. Right? If you've been feeling like you've been pigeonholed, or you've been held back, or you've been too contained in some way, this energy is going to help you open up and spread your wings and fly like this. Okay. Yeah, time to move on. 8 of Cups. But you're like, no. To a sword. No, I'm not ready yet. But your heart's ready, but you just got to kind of make that final decision. Right? Queen of Swords, you're like, I know I need to do this, but I haven't done it quite yet. There you are. You're going to do it. I would say by your birthday season. King of Wands. Interesting. I'm going to pull one more. Okay. I'm going to pull one more. All right, good. Okay. So this is making the final cut here. So this is interesting. The final decision. I'm going to read this a couple of different ways. All right. So just hold the phone and apply to your life accordingly as you need to. All right. All right. Now, as I said, Queen of Swords was in your heart. So let's start out with this part of the story. So change is coming because you are emotionally done with something. Now, this can be a relationship. This could be a place you're living. This can be a career, a mindset, a creative project. Just you want a new goal. You want a new mountain to climb, a fresh horizon. You've done all that you can do in this particular situation. The growth has reached the top of the cups. There's nowhere else for anything to go. It is finished in your heart. Emotionally, done. Okay? However, we have the Two of Swords, which is maybe a little denial about it. Maybe like, is it really over? So there could be some internal resistance accepting the fact that you are done with something. Or somebody else could be done with it for you, thus freeing you to metamorphosize and do something different. I mean, that's possible too, but I feel it's probably your energy. This could be Gemini season, okay? I think so, with this Queen of Swords showing up, because then we move right into your energy going forward, okay? So your heart is going to make the decision. You are going to probably deliver some sort of message to a significant person in your life. Now, this could be a brother, a husband, a father, a grown adult son, whomever this King of Wands is. Okay, you are going to give some sort of message that, because here's the communication, that something that has been going on between the two of you, here you are discussing, here this guy is, here you are, you're discussing this. You've made up your mind, you're delivering the information. Here's this Page of Swords looking at this, communicating, saying that this situation is well and truly done. I need to change, you need to change, we both need to change, something's got to change. Now, it doesn't mean necessarily the relationship is over. It might be, but it could also be that we can't continue to go on like this, so we got to do something different. We've got to expand our horizons. We've got to move on. We've got to change. We got to get back. I'm getting the song in my head. Got to get right back to where we started from. That song from the 70s. Now it's stuck in my brain. So it could be that you need to reinvigorate the emotional connection with this person in your life. Otherwise, it's stale, it's dead, it's done. So there's a choice here, which is why we have this. And is this relationship going to continue to grow and expand, or is it just going to be finally donezo? Whatever it is like this emotional scenario, one way or the other, something's got to give. Either it's going to go forward or it's not. And that's the decision you're on the cusp of making. But I would say before you just unilaterally make a decision, actually have a conversation with this person if it involves this person in your life. Okay? And make sure before you deliver that final Page of Swords decision that it's clear. You're going to be moving on in victory, no matter what we're talking about here. You're moving on and you're moving to greener pastures, broader horizons. There may be a trip involved. It could be a trip to reconnect with this person if that's what you guys decide that you're going to do. But here's the thing too. When I have a king and a queen in a matching suit like this, it can also just be the other side of you. So if we think of the queen as the feminine, receptive, and we think of the king as the active, initiating, what may be going on here, that this transformation is going to require you perhaps to have more integrity. If you've been more in the receptive side, and again, nothing wrong with that, but maybe this Neptune, this next soul mission we're going to require a little more full integrity and alignment with both sides of your nature. Maybe if things have been unbalanced, it's going to require you to, be more assertive in some way, especially because I have a Six of Wands here. So it could be something like that. Like maybe what this is saying, because it's Aries energy, which is pioneering, go-getting, as I said in the intro to the video, Archangel Michael can help you with this metamorphosis for you to go out and claim more and expand more into what is rightfully yours, because this is your energy. More victory, more success, whatever the Six of Wands means to you. The gifts, goodies, bounties of the universe brought to you by your own energy, by your own alignment. So that's why there could be this big metamorphosis energy, because maybe this has not been balanced for you. So that's what I would say. And maybe you're waking up and recognizing that by Gemini season, like, okay, this is within my power to change. So that's what I feel. Like there could be something here with the alignment that you're going to be shifting. Now, some of you may be expanding into some sort of new relationship. Maybe you're calling in a new person into your life. But first, you're going to be making a decision to let go of your past, which hasn't fully happened yet. And that's the metamorphosis. So that's also possible. So we shall see. But we have a Six of Wands here, which is beautiful. You're going to have a lot of victory and success with expanding outside a comfort zone, whether that comfort zone is your career, your heart space, where you've maybe been keeping yourself in a Two of Swords scenario, or whatever the case may be. It's expansion, growth, getting out of the comfort zone. That's really going to help you. And Archangel Michael can help you with that, with your next soul mission. All right, Virgos, let's see what you need to know about your soul mission and how Archangel Michael can help you. Look, that fell right out. You saw it flying out of here. Ooh, number 11. Look at that big coin or whatever that is in the fountain, the wishing fountain. You are in the perfect energetic space for manifesting miracles. Oh, Virgo, embrace this magical moment. Allow your wishes to be fulfilled. Wow. Okay, that's really nice. So make a wish. Toss a coin into a fountain. Do a good deed for someone. You know, all that good vibes, good energy that you're putting out is going to come back to you in some magical way. But also, Neptune has gone into your 8th house of transformation and the mysteries of life. So beautiful. Beautiful. 8th house, transformation, right? So because you are transforming your energy, because you are believing more in what is possible for you and in miracles and in magic, because you know, practical Virgo. But this Neptune transiting Aries, your 8th house, I think is going to really help you with that. Believing more in the serendipitous, the magical, the miracles, the synchronicities, because that is, 8th house is the house of magic. And Archangel Michael can help you believe, can help you see with clarity that you are deserving of magic too, Virgo. Just need to open your heart and believe. Okay, so let's see. Let's see. Perfect energetic space for manifesting miracles. Because it says here, allow your wishes to be fulfilled. So there is, you know, your part in participating in this process. And that can be about the receiving instead of questioning it. Like, what? Is this too good to be true? Is this really for me? Yes, Virgo, it is for you. Virgo. All right, let's see what we got. Embrace this magical moment, Virgo. Well, you have some desires that you have put out into the universe. You're waiting. You're standing there. Hello, universe. Where are they? They're coming. Queen of Wands. They are coming. See, the thing with the Queen of Wands is this is unwavering belief. She does not doubt a thing. Whatever she has put her energy and focus into, she's all there. She is all there. And her heart, because it's the fire, her heart space is like, I'm clear. I'm good. I know this is going to happen for me. It's that absolute knowing without a doubt. Without a doubt. Beautiful. But here's the doubt card in your heart. 8 of Swords. 7 of Coins. And the 7 of Cups, which is, of course, dreams, options, wishes, etc. So this is very interesting. Things are being planned in the etheric realms for you right now. The angelic realms, the etheric realms, the karmic realms, the astral realms, whatever realms you want to call them. Things are there waiting to come into material reality for you. But you don't believe it. 8 of Swords is in your heart. Or maybe you want to believe it. And maybe there's a little part of you that believes it. But then there's the other part that's bigger than that doesn't believe it. And here's the thing too with the 7 of Coins. You know, this energy is very like, I am not going to believe it until I see it. That's what this is. Like, I'm looking at this and I will believe it when it's there. No, this 7 of Cups is the opposite of the 7 of Coins. When you believe in it, Seven of Cups, with all that emotional energy, then it will come into existence. So this is what we have. This is the issue that's going on, but this is the soul mission opportunity you have with Neptune in this 8th house to transform that doubting energy into one of greater belief in the unseen before it materializes. Because you have that unwavering belief, Queen of Wands, in the energy of desire. That is the Wands. And that's also this 3 of Wands, being very focused and just knowing, like without a doubt, this is what I'm saying, that that ship is coming on the horizon. That thing that's getting ready to come down from the etheric realms is coming. Like, I know this in my heart, like I know my own freaking name. So that's what I'm saying. It's like, and this is the Aries energy, which is your 8th house we're talking about, which is where Neptune is. And this is being brave too. That is the Fire Wands Aries energy, about being brave in your own desire. Because I think a lot of Virgos, they get taught they can't have desires. Like, you know, Virgos with your 7th house Pisces, it's always about sacrificing your desires to other people, or it can feel like that, right? Virgos always wanting to help and being willing to help, which is one of your strengths. You shouldn't stop doing that. Of course not. But, you know, sometimes you forget about yourself. And this energy is going to help remind you about yourself. Archangel Michael can help remind you about yourself and being brave and staking your own claim for what you want. And that's okay. It's not about being selfish. It's about believing that you deserve just as much as everybody else, or more. You deserve miracles and magic in your life also. You give so much to other people. Okay, so you're in the perfect energetic space for manifesting miracles. Allow your wishes to be fulfilled. Let me know in the comments, Virgo. Let me know. You can type a little wings or a little hand prayer, or you can say, I am allowing miracles into my life. Let me know. All right, Libras, let's see what you need to know. Big soul mission. Your new soul mission with Neptune in Aries, which is your 7th house. So this is a lot about distinguishing your needs from others' needs. It can be about creative and spiritual partnerships coming into your life. So your soul mission may have something to do with that. But your soul mission can also be about not getting involved with what I like to call broken winged birds, that you are going to have the crystal clarity not to allow your energy to be sucked out of you by people who are hungry ghosts and just energetic vampires. So it can be that. So a soul mission to have more of your energy for yourself. You could also be getting a new soul mission inspiration from somebody coming into your world who does inspire you in some way, in a way to want you to create more, express more, imagine more, get involved with artistic things. It can be something like that also, but let's see. Have no fear. Have no fear, Libra. Beautiful. And that is very Archangel Michael. Fear is a trap of the ego. Allow me to use my sword of light to free you from the disquieting feelings holding you back. So some of you may be nervous about getting involved in some new relationship because Neptune in Aries is your 7th house of other people, because you've been burned before. So if that's the case, and maybe you're worried about one of those broken winged bird relationships, if that's the case, you know, tap into the Archangel Michael energy, and Archangel Michael will help you find somebody who is spiritually on the same page as you are, and not one of these energy vampires, for want of a better expression. Okay, so the disquieting feelings holding you back, especially those of you who want to have some sort of new connections, whether it's a personal relationship, a business relationship, or something of that nature. All right, let's see. Have no fear. Archangel Michael is here for you, Libras. We Look at the lovers. Oh, and the Tower. Oh, okay. Okay. Page of Wands. I'm getting Michael Jackson's Want to Be Starting Something. World. I love when I get musical stuff in my ear when I'm doing readings. And a Seven of Wands, which is Mars, which is your Aries energy. Okay. In the 7th house. So it's about boundaries. I mean, this is the thing. It is about the boundaries, but you want to be starting something. Page of Wands is in your heart. Universe is going to deliver on that for you. But, you know, you could be dealing with this fear in terms of somebody suddenly, shockingly ending something with you from the past. I'm going to read this 2 ways, so stay tuned. So 6 months, 6 years ago, 6 weeks ago, even, it's possible, or even 16 months ago or 16 years ago, it's possible that there's something that ended quite abruptly. I don't think you ended it. I think they ended it. And that's left the fear. That created the fear imprint. The shocking, it's done. Okay. But the other thing, and that could be like, that's why I don't want to move forward. That's why I don't want to have a relationship again, because I'm afraid that's going to happen to me again, because that's very upsetting when that happens. But this can also be too, the Page of Wands in the heart, there's still a little spark. There's still a little Page of Wands there that is a hope that, yeah, you know, I would like something. I want to be starting something, but you're also afraid of starting something. Universe is going to bring something. Okay. Now it could be happening in any of these seasons. This Neptune in Aries energy reading, Neptune is going to be in Aries for 15, 18 years. So come back to this video often. It'll be on the channel. It's not just a reading for like this moment. But I would say that this possibility will come in Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, or Aquarius season. It could be this year, next year, 2 years from now. But Tower energy is classic love at first sight, or there's such a strong kismet type connection with someone, and lovers is soulmate energy. So there is somebody that suddenly is going to appear in your world. The spark will be lit and you will be creating a whole new world with this person. And Archangel Michael can help you with the 7 of Wands to maintain your boundaries, because that is the key. Neptune, when it transits our 7th house, can be about the other and codependency, and the other's needs take precedence over ours. You don't want to go down that road again either. Like I said, the energy vampires. So this is going to be a whole new situation. Yes, there may be still a little fears there, because that's just the nature of, you know, life, and you'll get through it. Call upon Archangel Michael to help you maintain your boundaries while still being able to enjoy a beautiful relationship with someone. That is what I am feeling here, because this is going to be significant. World and lovers. Very significant relationship that will change your whole world. So, but, you know, you're going to have to navigate your way through and practice the maintenance of those boundaries. Now, it doesn't mean that this person is necessarily, the person who's coming in, it doesn't necessarily mean that they are going to be a boundary buster or an energetic vampire. They may not be. But you may be getting some practice in with your own boundaries. It's just, you know, even with people who don't have those issues of being energy vampires, we still have to have boundaries with people. So, you know, it's just going to be a very different type relationship than what you have had before. It's going to have more boundaries, more love, care, trust, and respect for both people, not just one person. And it's going to be joyous. And like I said, it's going to help you create a whole new world in your life. Scorpio. Archangel Michael is here, and he is ready to help you with Neptune in your 6th house of work and well-being. So he is ready to help you with a new soul mission in these areas, help you gain clarity on whatever it is you need to heal so that you could get something started new with your well-being, invest your energy into a new daily routine, a new job, whatever you want. All right, what do we have here? We have a big key. Take control of your thoughts. Ooh, number 31. Your thoughts are creating your reality. Have faith and stay focused on the outcome that you truly desire. Okay. All right, Scorpio. So you're, kind of like the brother or sister twin to Virgo. If you have Virgo in your chart, definitely go watch the Virgo portion of this reading. Because, Virgo likes to analyze, but so does Scorpio. And it's the kind of thing where Scorpio will fret and analyze and brood and, what's the other word I want? Ruminate. I love that word. Ruminate on things. And you're focusing on usually the things that could go wrong. So it is vital for you to shift out of the daily habit, because that's 6th house, of going down a rabbit hole of negativity. Okay. In whatever little way you do that every day, where your first inclination is to perhaps be pessimistic about something or overanalyze it or think it to death before you, take action on something. So as it says, take control of your thoughts. And as a Scorpio, control is your middle name. So take control of your thoughts and try to focus them on more positive, optimistic scenarios is what I would say. As it says, have faith and stay focused on the outcome that you truly desire, because negative thoughts do affect our overall well-being. And we're talking about Neptune going into Aries, your 6th house of just well-being. So, and Neptune can be a lot about doubt, fog, and illusion or delusions. So you don't want to feed the fog and feed the fear, because that may affect your overall physical well-being. It's in the 6th house. Yeah, 3 of Swords. Hello. And the 4 of Swords. Isn't this interesting? Okay, so you're getting back the focus in your heart. 8 of Coins. There's our Virgo. There's more focus energy. 7 of Coins. And then, oh my God, beautiful. Look at that. Okay. Your ruling planet, of course, is in Aquarius now. Ruling planet Pluto is in Aquarius. There's our star card. And star, beautiful, great healing. The 4th house for you, which is your foundation. So this is very lovely. It starts out a little rocky, but you're going to, I think, have some epiphanies with Archangel Michael about the mind-body connection. And again, we're not blaming anybody. We're just saying we do what we can to work with that. I mean, sometimes stuff just happens, all right? But, with what we can focus on and control, we do. And we try to make it healing and positive, because there is a mind-body connection. And our thoughts and thinking things along, more positive lines can help. This is not to say that we are spiritually bypassing. This is not to say that we ignore negativity. Of course not. That's not what we're talking about. We are talking about the chronic disappointment and living in that and holding on to that. There's 3 of Swords, 4 of Swords, and meditating on the chronic losses, disappointments, and heartaches to the point that it is affecting our heart, whether figuratively or literally. Okay, so there's something here that may still need to be healed for you, and let go of and processed. There's certain heartbreaks, they just ease with time, but they're always the scar, the wound, you feel it, it's tender, it's there. Okay, but I think through concentrating your thoughts, especially before you go to sleep with this 4 of Swords, with some sort of gratitude practice as a suggestion, I am not telling anyone what to do, might help. Because the 3 of Swords is about a blockage. And the blockage can be, again, the own negative thoughts, as it's saying here. And focus on what you can do. That's the Virgo. That is the 8 of Coins. What is within your control. Okay? And what you can control before you go to sleep at night is not doom scrolling, not, thinking about the past to the point where you have nightmares or whatever, but really having, you see the person's praying there, have some sort of little gratitude practice. Seven of Coins here. One of the things, as I was saying to Virgo, because they got this also, is that this is the energy of, I will not believe it until I see it in front of my face. So again, having that faith, Neptune, that I will create it in my reality. I don't need to see it first. I just need to keep the focus in my heart and do what I can. And this will grow and shift and change. And lo and behold, I will end up in the land of healing, in a new direction, spiritually aligned, a new foundation. Beautiful. So I think you're going to have a major epiphany about how this has been impacting you. I also think if we're talking about your work, there is a very strong possibility that you will be manifesting a new opportunity. That may be in terms of something that needs to be shifted first, about something that happened at the previous job, or, you know, some disrespect that occurred, or some other unfortunate event with the Three of Swords, Four of Swords here that you still just need to heal and let go of and accept and move on from, so you can manifest a new opportunity. But the Star card here is interesting because Neptune in the 6th house can indicate that there is going to be some sort of new spiritual work, healing work, a new foundation from which you will build and earn money. It will take a little time. The 7 of Coins is here. You know, it's not going to grow this bush overnight, but if you focus, you will start to see some very positive results. This is your next soul mission, clearing out the past with something that is affecting, your mental well-being, because it's the swords. It's first affecting the mental well-being, which is acting as a blockage to your material life in some way. So spiritually, that needs to be healed so that you can also call in more prosperity for yourself. I think everything's connected. It's not about we live in compartmentalized lives. I don't believe that, but that's my personal belief. Okay, so you will find this, key to take control of your thoughts on the more positive and healing vibration, and you will start to see results. I would say I always like to be very realistic with time frames, but I would say you'll start to see results in 7 weeks, but by 7 months, you could see something really start to pick up in your life and grow and heal and move in the right direction for you. So from whenever you're watching this reading. All right, Sagittarius. So your soul mission might be something involving your creativity, or something to do with children or grandchildren, maybe starting your own business, some sort of luck, little trips, little travels, pleasure, joy. And that's Neptune going into that 5th house, Aries. So Archangel Michael can help you clarify what you want, what you want to invest your life force energy into, your heart space, your 5th house. The way forward is open, and look, the word joy is on this map, and the X marks the spot. And it's very nice. Number 32, you're not trapped. Possibilities and opportunities abound. I will guide you to personal and spiritual freedom. Okay, so you're going to find your place. I think this X has already been marked on the spot in your heart. Like there is like a treasure in your heart that you want to manifest. This treasured idea, vision, dream, goal. And you're going to find it out there, because what's inside will be reflected on the outside, and you're going to find it. Okay, so the way forward is open. You're not trapped. And there will be guidance. There will be guidance for you. And that's Archangel Michael helping you with this. Okay, so some sincere desire, personal and spiritual freedom. That's your heart space. 5th house. Beautiful. Because Neptune is birthing new creative energy and new dreams in this 5th house for you, Sag. Your intuition is very heightened. Your creative energies, the downloads you're getting about creative projects. Let's see what we have. All right, we have a Knight of Coins and a 3 of Cups. Very nice. More Virgo. Card's been coming up a lot. 2 of Swords. And the Wheel. Okay. All right. So that's very nice. We got some Jupiter going on with the Wheel. So things have been a little stuck. Like, I feel like this Knight of Coins is this X on the map. It's like, you know it exists, but how do I get there? How do I get there? You're going to get there through following your bliss. Here's the thing with this Three of Cups. Following your joy, following your bliss, possibly with a small group of people who are all focused on the same goal. So whatever this might be, like maybe it's an entrepreneur group, it's a manifesting group, it's, like on Facebook or something, or it's a dance group and you're all wanting to self-express through creative dance, or it's a writing group, or whatever group it might be. It's fueled with joy and creativity and beautiful heartfelt support to lift each other up and make this goal happen. Because the thing with the Neptune and Aries, there is spiritual alignment. Like Neptune and Aries is, yes, Aries can be a loner, pioneer. They're not afraid to go it alone. But Neptune can be about, we want to have a couple of close besties on the journey. And that's what this is too, with this Three of Cups. So you want people who are on the same page, who are spiritually aligned with the same goal as you, that your hearts speak to one another. Okay. This Eight of Coins here is you getting to work. Now, this is interesting too, because this is your Virgo, which is your 10th house of career. So it may be that Archangel Michael is going to help you find the intersection, the spot in between this X, like standing right in the middle, where your creativity meets your career, where you can have both. You can be very creative at work, or have Mercury retrograde, love it. Have your creative life pay your bills for a change. Something you're doing creatively, bringing in money. Maybe it becomes eventually self-sustaining, self-supporting, and you can switch gears with a career and do something much more to your spiritual alignment, bliss, and satisfaction, and make money at it. There's still a little doubt. This reading is meant to go for, I'll probably do another one at some point over the next couple of years, but this reading is really meant as a spiritual overview for Neptune's transit in Aries, which is going to last until I think 2036. So, come back and check the video often. But, over the next 2 years, perhaps, okay, a year to 2 years, it might be that you are in the process of making this happen for yourself. And then when the time is right, when the wheel turns, then the divine timing, everything will start falling into place and aligning. There is some preparation. There's some hard work ahead with this in your heart, especially if it's something business related, like monetizing your creativity in some way, or starting a new business, taking a risk. That's 5th house also. But, so that Two of Swords could be that little bit of doubt that comes in when results haven't shown up necessarily out there yet. But they will show up in the divine time. This could be when Jupiter goes into Leo, which will be in 2026. I think like June or July. It could also be when Jupiter goes into Virgo, which is your 10th house, which would happen a year, 13 months, 14 months after that. So that would be more like 2027. So it could be that timing too. But there is something here I think is very, very nice, where your joy and bliss is going to be able to be fused and melded with what you're doing in the public. That's also 10th house career, but what you're also probably doing for a career, or what people know you for. And we have, of course, the 10 here, which is your 10th house of career as well. So yeah, I will guide you to personal and spiritual freedom. So some of you, especially those Sagittarians who are working on that diligently, who are working on your side hustle, you don't want to stay in your 9 to 5 anymore, that type of thing, keep doing what you're doing. What I would suggest here is to connect with a small, and I mean small, group of people that you trust, that you can support one another, some sort of support group. It can be at a local coffee shop once a month, some sort of business group in your town, or creative group, as I said before, whatever it is, but that you lift each other up. And it's not a session where y'all bitching, sitting around bitching. We don't want that. We're not saying that, but providing support, encouragement, and solutions for whatever you're facing in building this thing to reach your treasure map. Because the key here is the joy. And that's the thing to align yourself with. If you're not feeling the vibe, don't try to talk yourself into doing something. Okay, so Neptune in the 5th house, the things that will succeed, the things to take risks on are the things that in your heart you feel so much joy and happiness. This 3 of Cups, like you're dancing in the circle of life and so happy to work on it. That's what you invest your energy into. Capricorn, your new soul mission. Neptune in your 4th house. Finding your spiritual home. I mean, that's really what it's all about. I think, like the place that makes you feel like you. Building your sanctuary. Building your place where you can sink your roots deep, where you feel at home. And not just at home like the bricks and mortar, but where your soul, your creativity, your spirit, your energy feels like this is my place. This is where I was always meant to be. And Archangel Michael can help you cut through any fog and confusion about where that might be. And also, too, it can be about taking some sort of leap of faith, that is very Neptune, into the wild blue yonder, and perhaps going boldly where no one has gone before. And in order to find that place, there may be a little bit of spiritual vagabond in you. There may be a little bit of, if that applies to your life, like there may be a little more travel, like spiritual pilgrimages. There may be more travel, again, to maybe live temporarily in a place for spiritual purposes, like a spiritual retreat for like a month or so, or something like that. But place and spirit work together. That's going to be very important to you over the next, many years. And Archangel Michael can help you find that place. Also, things to do with water, working by water, water as a conduit. And, 4th house too, for me, is about a foundation, your foundation in life, and you are the builder. So it's the issue of building upon a spiritual foundation first, not necessarily a monetary one. So it's what is your spirit calling you to create, to do, etc. And that will bring the money. So very interesting. And also communication, because Neptune rules the 3rd house, which is your mind, your mindset. Pisces, be honest with yourself, number 5, okay? All your feelings, even the difficult ones, have a message for you. Accept your truth, then let source take it from there. Yeah, this is exactly what I am saying. Capricorn practical, Saturn. And of course, Saturn's going to be meeting up with Neptune at the end of January into February next year at the 0-degree point in Aries, your ruling planet. That may be a very potent and pivotal time for you of starting some brand new cycle. But Saturn also is like, yeah, I'm going to believe in the concrete reality. And that's this, accept your truth. Okay, accept your truth, but then let's source, which to me is Neptune. Let source take it from there. Let the ethereal realm, source, the universe, spirit, whatever you want to call it, take it from there. Okay? And that's kind of sometimes like the opposite of Capricorn reality. Capricorn reality is like, no, let me have the tangible tools, the actual things, and I'll build it. And then I'll think about, is it spiritually aligned? That's not how it's going to roll out. Because you also got the North Node currently, as of this filming, April 5th, 2025, you have the North Node in Pisces, which is your 3rd house. And that's, again, very spiritual, like your mind shifting from a material first to a spiritual first. Spiritual considerations first, then material. And you can substitute intuitive for spiritual if you would like. So that's what I think. So all your feelings, even the difficult ones, have a message for you. Be honest with yourself. What is your spirit really calling out for you to build next? To build upon? To build for? That's fourth house. Okay. All right. Let's see what we need to know. Capricorn. All right, what do we got? Gorgeous. The sun. 8th house, Leo. Oh, Pluto. Just some Pluto. 9 of Swords in your heart. I really feel you guys are wondering if you're ever going to be happy again. You are going to be happy again. Your heart is still processing through the last of the Pluto shenanigans that happened in 2024. Okay? But it is over. But, I mean, Capricorn went through so much. It's okay if you're still processing through what Pluto did. It's okay. But you're going to get back to it. 8 of Coins. Beautiful. Builder. There you are building. And 8 of Cups. Okay. So you're going to walk away from one thing in order to build something else. Okay? And you're going to build and find your happiness again. And this is so interesting. Look at these energies we have here. So we have double 8s. This is your 8th house. And Pluto rules the 8th house. It rules Scorpio in the astrological wheel. So we have massive energy of transformation and change. And eventual fortune. I mean, that's the number 8 too. 8 is wealth. So you're going to be building 8 of Coins, something brand new that will bring a lot of happiness. This is your 8th house also, which is other people's resources. It is, your spiritual legacy. It is inheritances. Of course, taxes. It is the things that are under the surface. It can be the things we don't want to look at. I mean, it's all Pluto stuff. 8th house is Pluto. So it can be those difficult experiences, as it says here, the feelings, even the difficult ones. It can be shadow material, sure. Pluto probably shone a big light on any shadow material that was going on with you when he was transiting through your sign. But what this is also saying to me is this is also about regeneration. You're going to regenerate happiness. Okay? You're going to be happy again. But it's going to be in a different place with different people. And there's something about you being more in charge of how that's going to look. Let's just put it that way. Maybe you're literally building it, but you could also be figuratively choosing or building it for yourself. Like you're going to be recreating and rebuilding your world after, you had to leave behind the old world. You left behind the old world for good in 2024. Okay. So it's okay if this is still happening. If your heart is still feeling a little sense of loss at the happy things you did lose. Because many Capricorns, we've seen it in the comments. We can all the Capricorn energies can tell you exactly what we lost, who we lost, when, the dates. Like we can tell all of it. When it started, 2008. When it ended, November 2024. Including yours truly, Capricorn rising. I mean, I could tell you stories. You guys have been with me. The last 2024 was horrible for me. You guys were there for me. Thank you. And y'all have similar things that occurred, So that happiness will come again. There will be a different type of happiness. Can it ever replicate exactly the happiness that came before? No. Some losses, they're permanent because those people, those kitties, whomever, they can't be replaced. They're not here. They passed on. They're not here. Okay. But the sense of joy and happiness can be recreated, but it'll be different. And that's why we have this 8 of Cups too, because it is that pang of, yes, we're moving on, but in our hearts, they will never be forgotten. Okay. I'm going to cry now. Oh, why did this reading come out like this? Well, it's an important message. It's an important message that I think Archangel Michael is helping us all with, all our Capricorn placements, that the sun will come out tomorrow. We will be rebuilding a very bright future for ourselves, but the spirit needs to be considered first, as I said before. What will make us truly happy? Be honest with yourself and build from there. All right, Aquarius, let's see what your soul mission is all about, what Archangel Michael has to say to you. You have Neptune in your third house now, which of course is your writing, speaking, teaching, networking, sales, your mindset, communications. So there could be a lot of spiritual downloads that you are getting, that, you know, spiritual truths, things that you just need to get out of you and communicate to other people. Spirit is talking very loud in your ear, Aquarius. So this could be a time for you to invest your creative energy into any of those Aries, teaching Aries. Okay, yeah, it is an Aries. Any of those areas, good old Mercury retrograde as I'm filming this, any of those areas of, you know, not being afraid to be different. That's Aries. And of course, you're a genius. You love that pioneering, quirky, innovative, genius, different type of energy as an Aquarian. So it's about being bold in your communications in terms of not being fearful of your truth and what you have to communicate and share, as long as, of course, it's vibrating and communicating from the higher realms of spirit, in the sense of really wanting to share, make a difference in the world, do good, like, you know, that type of thing. It's not coming from ego, in other words. I think that's key. So let's see what we have here for you, Aquarius. Some of you could really be getting into new spiritual studies. You could be doing like spiritual podcasts or really getting into those, having a lot of, like I said, spiritual downloads, spiritual epiphanies, associating more with groups in your immediate environment that are into spiritual studies, like a spiritual book club or something like that. So your soul mission is really about listening and communicating with soul, with spirit, with this Neptune in Aries, but doing it in a bold and different way, and not being afraid of your own truth and genius to express. Don't give up on love. Ooh, okay. Number 9, a relationship you cherish can be healed. Allow me to clear the way for forgiveness so that love can thrive again. And of course, the beautiful dolphins as spirit of play. So this could have something to do with the third house of communication, opening up that channel to communicate with spirit with love. I'm going to pull another one because this is like super, super specific. But some of you, you know, it can be something like that. Absolutely. And it's the communication and the way you're going to do that that opens up that channel. Okay. So some of you, it's also can be about playing with your creativity, being more joyful and free in self-expression. That's another way to look at that energy. But let's pull another one. Because not everybody wants a love relationship. So that's why I'm doing another one. If you do, that's a very positive message. All right, let it go. Here we go. Let it go. Number 18. This situation no longer serves you. Allow me to sever your energetic connections to the past so that you can embrace the future. So as I was saying to Gemini, you, Aries, and Gemini are the signs that are really poised to make a huge difference over the next 10, 15, 18 years because of the planetary placements. It doesn't mean the other signs can't do stuff. Of course they can. But Uranus is going into Gemini. Okay, you have Pluto in your sign, as you know, and we have Neptune in Aries, and of course Saturn's coming up the rear. That came out wrong, but Saturn is coming behind Neptune. You gotta love a Mercury retrograde. So it can be something here where, you know, you are fixed sign energy, so you can hold on to certain thoughts, certain patterns of thinking, certain mindsets, people, places, and things long past their sell-by date because, you know, you don't want to have to change. People forget about that about Aquarius, you know. So there is something here, I think, letting it go. What doesn't serve you any longer is the way that you have been thinking maybe about your own genius, your own mindset, and your own communicative abilities, teaching, writing, speaking, networking, sales, if you're in that, like all the third house things that you've maybe done those things up to this certain point in a certain way, but now it's time to let go those entrenched patterns of thinking, habits, ways of doing things, and freshen it up and really be guided a lot more by your intuitive GPS, shall we say, instead of the thoughts and habits that all of us have been, indoctrinated with them from our family of origin, then society, and etc. So there's something here where I think you're using this beautiful Archangel Michael sword of clarity to see where you've been programmed. Let's put it that way, where your mind has been programmed into things that you've held on to them, but think that they don't fit you. You're going to be very acutely aware of, what you spiritually need to think, grow, intuit into versus how your world, your environment, the conditioning you've been through does not want you to do that. And so that Archangel Michael sword is going to help you let it go. So this is an exciting time of massive, awakening, upgrading your whole mindset. But it's not just your mindset. I want to really make that clear because it's going to come first from intuition and spirit. That's the Neptune. Like, as an example, if you're starting to get headaches or something like that, of course, see a doctor. I'm not a doctor, but it's possibly maybe something that, again, there's something that in the mindset is getting stuck. And we're talking about spiritual energy. We're not talking about physical energy, but it might be manifesting as a physical symptom or some other type of ascension type symptoms, like ringing in the ears or whatever else. And you're going to see it's like clearing out the blockages, the entrenched, indoctrinated ways of thinking may, on a spiritual level, think of, like Mary Baker Eddy and her work on a spiritual level can help alleviate those types of things, because those types of things might be coming from a spiritual blockage. Okay. Of course, see a doctor, see a medical professional if that's concerning to you. This is not medical advice. Please read my disclaimer in the video. But that's what I'm feeling, because we're dealing with the third house and Aries rules the head. Okay? All right. 10 of coins. That's entrenched. Here it is. Here we go. Ace of coins. 8 of cups in your heart. 9 of cups. Beautiful. And the 7 of swords. Okay. It's going to be a process, of course. It's going to be a process. And there's going to be a discerning process of you learning who you can communicate certain things with and who you cannot. Because not everybody is going to be awakening. Let's just put it that way. Okay? So this 7 of swords to me is be careful who you're sharing your wishes and hopes and dreams with, because not everybody gets it. Not everybody's on board. And also, it's not about being inauthentic. You're going to still be authentic. It's just that you may not be communicating everything that's going on with you, because other people are not going to get it. They're not going to get it. Okay? Because they're showing up here also as this 10 of coins. This 10 of coins is this entrenched, family dynamic. It's long-term. It's generational. It's that dynamic that I was talking about. But here you are breaking out of it with this Ace of coins. And Pentacles for me are about self-worth. You are going to be really dialed into what you want and the opportunities you want the universe to bring you. The hopes and wishes and dreams that you have, because you are mentally, third house, breaking away from this conditioning, this social conditioning. And you're going to be planting a big old seed in that big, beautiful brain and spirit of yours, Aquarius, that is going to help you manifest beautiful wishes in your life. 9 of cups. And is going to help you leave behind emotional situations where you felt like people were really not understanding you. They were not getting you. You're going to find your people. These people did not get you. You're going to be finding some new people also. Not these people, not these 7 of swords people, but these people. Okay, so very powerful and interesting reading. And Pisces, your ruling planet has now moved into Aries, your second house of show me the money and also your self-worth. So as we know, it is often said that how we feel about ourselves can impact our money life, our financial income streams. So this is about you really stepping into your power and claiming what is yours and really boldly going for a big dream that can make you money, can make you feel good about yourself. That is your soul mission. Like what are your gifts, your talents? What is your heart calling you to do? If you're confused about that, Archangel Michael can help you figure that out. It really is, what is your soul calling you to do? Like everybody, it is my belief, everybody has something within them that when they do it, they lose track of time, they love it, they enjoy it, it makes them feel happy, it makes them feel alive. That's what it is, because you're using your creative life force energy. It could be anything. It could be, everybody has a special gift and talent. And I don't just mean artistic. It's also like, what you can do really well. I'm an excellent typist. Nobody knows that about me. I'm sharing that with you. Okay, I can type. My highest timed typing test was 120 words a minute with one error. Guess what? I monetized that skill because I liked doing it. I have a very strong third house, which rules the hands. So I used it to make money, but I also enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. This, of course, was back in the days with typewriters, which I also love because I love the sound of them. And, if you know an IBM Selectric, leave it in the comments. Let me know. That was my favorite typewriter. Yes. I'm a Gen X. Yes. Okay. Proud of it. But my point is, that's an example of a talent, but it's also something I really enjoyed doing. And it felt good to, I worked a lot. I did a lot of transcription work for people. You put on the little headphones. This was back in the day, and you had to listen to things. Now we have that. You can do it, online, and machine AI does it for you. But back in the day, it was real humans listening to other humans and typing up the stuff. But it was important things, like it was medical transcripts. It was, stuff to help patients. Like it was important stuff, which was good. It was helpful. It was a needed skill, in other words. But it was also something I enjoyed. That's the energy to tap into. If you're kind of like, well, I'm not a writer, or I'm not a creative person, or I'm not a this, I'm not a that. Okay, but I bet there's something else that you do really love doing that is maybe more on the practical end that could start making you some money. You could maybe carve a whole new income stream out for yourself with it. Now, this is a general reading here on YouTube. I cannot possibly give examples that apply to everybody, but it's that way to start thinking about things, Pisces. Okay, especially with your ruling planet in your second house of money. And when Neptune transits our second house, yes, it's your ruling planet, so maybe you have a little advantage. But when Neptune's in the second house, it can sometimes bring money comes and money goes. Let's put it that way. Okay, one day it's there, the next day it's not. There can be a lot of fluctuations. Usually Uranus is more a roller coaster when it's in the second house or transiting the second house. Neptune is kind of more like you had $100. It was the weekend. You went to the grocery store. Oh God, don't even get started on that, right? And then you did something else. And next thing you know, not only do you not have the $100, but you also don't have the $20 you tucked away in your wallet for like just emergency if you really needed it for gas one day. Like that went too. Like, where did that go? So there's like that kind of sense of things. So with today's economic uncertainties, I think it's a good idea for all of us to have some other thing that we're building, we're doing, because you never know. It's good to have more income streams. This is my practical Capricorn talking, but especially for Pisces, because you're having Neptune in this second house of money. Okay. So you really want to start sooner rather than later. Start building something up for yourself that leverages your skills. Archangel Michael can help you with that and help you be brave to do that. If you're feeling uncertain or I can't do it or whatever, no, you can do it. Okay. Your loved ones are safe. Let go of your fear and worry for your loved ones. I am looking out for them. Okay. That's a very specific message for somebody right now. It could be that starting some sort of new income stream or doing something, along those lines may help a loved one also. Okay, we're going to pull another one because that's a very specific message. Well, let's pull another one. Okay, open up to your spiritual gifts. Yeah, there you go. It's exactly what I was saying. I mean, they're calling it spiritual gifts. It could be practical, like typing. Whatever, as long as it's something you enjoy, that is really the key. Remember that your true nature is spiritual, not physical. Yes, you know that as a Pisces and being ruled by Neptune. The angels are sending you messages to guide your soul's growth. Yes, especially your growth in terms of what feels good to you, second house of self-worth, and what you would like to monetize, what you would like to do for yourself. And this may be switching careers, but don't do that until you have another job lined up. This could be, like I said, starting your own thing or deepening the side hustle that you're already in and doing, whatever the case may be. Okay. All right, let's see what we need to know. The angels are sending you messages to guide your soul's growth. All right, Pisces. Okay. Hello, Ace of Cups. Beautiful. And then the Five of Wands. Hello, in your heart. But then that. Isn't this interesting, this reading? And then this one. Okay. Okay. So this Ace of Cups here is this angel sending you messages. And that is, aces for me are about the self, as I say all the time. This is your ace. It's the cup. So what do you want? What would fill your cup up? What would make you feel good and inspired and happy? Okay, it's time to stop spinning your wheels. That's that Five of Wands for me. And get down and do it. Ace of Coins. So you have probably something in your heart that you know already, more than likely, or you will know soon. You might know in the next couple of months what this might be, this seed you could plant and monetize. The thing is here, you may have a lot on your plate already, Ten of Wands. Or it could be that you're hesitant, fearful, worried, which Archangel Michael can help with that, about the hard work that might be involved. Or you can't see this happening for you. So I always say this person has their face in all these other things. And it can be blockages, it's wands, it's other things we have to do, other responsibilities, stuff on our plate. There's people around you who may be very demanding. So it can be something that you can't see your way of how are you going to do this, even though you're hopeful and excited. Okay, so I think what this Eight of Wands is, it's just start, just get some momentum. Once you get the momentum, things will pick up, solutions will be found with this stuff. If this stays in your heart, it just stays in your heart. It will never grow out in the material realm. So this is saying to me, take one step at a time, one action at a time, 1 foot forward at a time. As long as you're moving forward, it could be at a snail's pace. It doesn't matter. One step leads to another, leads to another, leads to another. And then before you know it, oh my God, like the whole thing is rolling. Okay, so again, Neptune, as you know, it's your ruling planet. It can be like fog, and we can't see in the fog, right? Like think when you're driving your car in the fog and you have your lights on, you can only see sometimes 3 or 4 feet ahead of you, but that's okay. If you just stay focused on that 3 or 4 feet at a time, you eventually arrive at your destination. And that's what's happening here. You will arrive. You can't see too far ahead, but you will get there. This is a long transit, Neptune in Aries. It's going to be until I wish I had looked up the exact date, 2036, 2039. I mean, it's a long transit. So you have time to keep building this for yourself. But as I said, I would sincerely encourage, I encourage everyone to have their own thing, but I especially encourage you to take the information that's coming to you from your guides and your angels and start putting it into action, one step at a time. And don't spin your wheels. You can always shift directions. You could always tweak things. Things are not written in stone. Okay, you can start something. If it's not feeling aligned with, then switch gears. It's okay. The important thing is the getting started and the momentum. Let me know, Pisces. Leave me a comment. Let me know. Say I'm getting started. Leave me a little wheel or a car that you're going to be moving forward on some new spiritual mission for yourself that can make you some money. So thank you so much for joining me for your Neptune and Aries Archangel Michael soul mission video. I would love to hear your comments. And if you got value from the video and you want to hit that thumbs up or share it with some friends who could get some insights, that would be most appreciated. It really helps my channel with the YouTube algorithm, and I really, really appreciate it. So thank you. Would love to respond to as many comments as I can. I'm still catching up with some comments from previous, so I'm trying to get to everything. But I will do my best to at least leave a heart or leave some comments on the comments that you make on the video. Mercury retrograde, gotta love it. So I'm excited. I'm excited about this transit. Personally, I've been getting a lot of interesting creative ideas, downloads, different things. Of course, this is happening in my third house. So, because I use unequal houses, and Aries for me is my third house. So, I've been really getting a lot of downloads of creative things I want to be doing. So I'm very excited to see how those will pan out and develop. But again, with anything like this, it's a process. Things don't happen overnight. Take your time. Use this video as inspiration, and let's see where this beautiful energy can lead you. And remember, there is always help out there through your angels, your spirit guides, and the beautiful community that's here on this channel, for whom I am very, very grateful. You guys rock. You're awesome. So love you very much. Take care, and I will see you again soon. Stella Wilde, signing out.